Hello and a very warm welcome to you all here today as we celebrate and highlight the importance of mental health awareness in the agriculture sector. So my name is Aoife. I'm the founder of Well at Work, and today I want to take you through some powerful and practical techniques that we can build into our everyday routines and life to help support our physical, our mental and our emotional health. I'm here in Airfield Estate in Dundrum, surrounded by 38 acres of beautiful landscape. And in an otherwise very built up and urban space, I think it's a real feat that this space has been protected. So much respect to the Overends family and to the wonderful staff here at Airfield for keeping us sane throughout this COVID period and social distancing time. Well, let's get started, and I'm going to take you through a guided meditation, breathing exercise, and then some energization techniques that we can use. And these are all wonderful tools that we can build into our day without having to take a big chunk of time out. So we're going to go into a guided meditation now, and what I just say in terms of safety is if you're operating any machinery or you're in a space that isn't safe to be sitting or relaxing in, just find yourself a nice spot to be in for the next 10-15 minutes.
So let's start with simply becoming aware of the space around us, the space around your body, at the front and at the back, at the sides, the space above your head and below under your feet. So getting a sense of your body, your physical self in the space you're in. And then bring your awareness to the sounds around you. Let your hearing travel and stretch outwards across the space to pick up the sounds furthest away. Those faint and subtle sounds in the distance. Then draw your attention a little closer to the sounds around you. That might be the sounds of other people moving around. If you're outside, it might be the sound of the birds, cattle. And then bring your awareness closer still, right in to the face, to the sound of your own breath. So going really quiet and see if we can hear that sound. And let your focus remain with that breath. So without changing anything, just noticing the inhale and the exhale. The inhale and the exhale. Let yourself relax and let go of all thoughts and tension. As you exhale, see if you can drop the shoulders, let them soften and relax. Sometimes when we do this, we notice just how much we're holding everything in our body, how tense we are. So for the next few minutes, let's use our exhale as a way to release and relax, as a way to rest and soften the body and the mind. With your next exhale, begin to soften the muscles in the face. Bring your awareness to the forehead and the jaw, the eyes, the nose and the lips. And a great way to release tension in the face is to open and close the mouth nice and wide. So we'll do that together 3 or 4 times. So stretching the mouth open and closing. Feeling that stretch in the jaw. And once more, stretching open and closing. So now that the face and the shoulders are relaxing and softening, let's bring our attention down into the hips. Noticing first if there's tightness or tension. And as you exhale, see if you can soften the muscles in the bum. Again, this is a place where we grip or we hold. Feel the connection between the thighs and the hips. Between the hips and the upper torso. And the shoulders connecting the arms and the head. Bringing all parts of us together. Solid, connected, strong, and energized. And as we move out of this body meditation, feel your feet firmly on the ground. Even feeling that gentle pull of gravity, ever so subtle, that is kindly keeping us all here, attached to the earth. And take a stretch in the legs or the arms, blinking your eyes open gently and coming fully back into whatever space you are in.
Today's exercise is called pursed lip breathing, and even from the name you can get an idea of the shape we're going to make with our mouth as we exhale. So we're pursing the lips like that. And why is this breath so powerful and important and valuable to us? Because when we purse the lips, we extend the exhalation. And when we breathe longer and slower exhales, we send a signal to our nervous system and to our brain that we are safe. And I know that sounds so simple. The brain needs to know that it's safe all the time because it operates in that fight flight, which is usually where we are when we're stressed, or in the rest, digest and relax, which is usually where we are when we're happy. So with this breath, we're trying to influence the body back into that rest and digest. So let's give that a try. So pursed lip breathing, breathing in through the nose, exhaling through pursed lips. Wonderful. And you'll notice that breath is much longer as you exhale. So again, breathing in, exhaling. And once more, breathing in and exhaling. And see if you can soften the shoulders and the face. And once more, breathing in, exhaling. Slowly releasing the exhale. So you might even feel just in the few, we did 4 simple exhales with a pursed lip, and you might even have felt in that just a sense of, I didn't realize that I was so tense, or a sense of the energy moving downwards in a more calming feeling. So it's a really fantastic exercise that we can do. And the great thing about it is that we can build it into our day-to-day routines. So what I would suggest is that you find an activity that you do every day that's quite repetitive, and you build the breathing technique into that activity. So it might be something like feeding the cattle. So you might begin, as you begin to feed the cattle, you change the breath into pursed lip breathing. It might be if you're working in an office, when you come in and set your desk up and go to make your cup of tea. For that whole time, you practice the pursed lip breathing. So let's try it again together, and this time we'll add just another little thing to it. So breathing in through the nose, and this time we're going to hold the breath for a moment and exhale through pursed lips. Wonderful. And again, breathing in through the nose. Holding the breath and just feeling that breath in your belly and your chest. Feeling the pressure in the body. And exhaling. Slowly releasing the breath. And we'll try that once more, breathing in. Holding the breath. Feeling it in the body. And slowly releasing. Wonderful. So that's pursed lip breathing, and we can do it simply just breathing in and exhaling, or breathing in, holding the breath and exhaling. And the holding and the long exhalation signals directly to our nervous system that we are safe and that everything is okay. And our nervous system and our brain needs to understand that that's the case in order for it to move back into that rest and digest state. Okay, so we're going to finish out today's session with a nice energization routine. And this is a great way to get the energy flowing in the body, bring that balance back in and get yourself feeling strong and positive. So we're going to start with a nice wide circle up to the ceiling, out to the sides and down to the ground. And as we bring the breath in, we're breathing in as we stretch up, exhaling. And again, breathing in, stretching up to the ceiling and exhaling. And last one, breathing in, stretching up to the ceiling and exhaling down. So just shaking out the hands, the shoulders. And we're going to do another breathing exercise that really helps to open the chest and the back. So we hold a lot of stress and tension in our shoulders. So in this one, we're starting at the front. You're inhaling, opening the chest, exhaling, closing the chest. Inhaling, exhaling. And it actually helps if you exhale through the mouth. So inhaling, exhaling. And again, inhaling and exhaling. Wonderful. So we'll do a gentle rolling the shoulders up to the ears and back down. Rolling the shoulders up and back down. And just feeling into the tenseness and the tightness of the shoulders. And then starting with using the tips of the fingers. And we're going to start at the top of the head. And this is an exercise where we'll tap through the different energy centers of the body, waking up the lymph, the circulation, and the nervous system. So tips of the fingers to the top of the head, and you're just tapping through the scalp. So again, notice as you do this where your breath is. And if you can, taking a nice deep breath in and exhaling through the mouth. And then from the head to the cheekbones, so tapping along the cheekbones. And these are energy centers that help to rebalance the nervous system. So tapping through the cheekbones. It's also a great facial, so that helps too. And then from the cheekbones, moving down to the center of the chest. So this exercise is called the Tarzan thump. So you're just drawing the fist into the center of the chest. And this is our thymus gland that we're stimulating. Excellent for supporting the immune function, but also operates as a sort of a restart button energetically for us. So tapping the fist into the center, using your breath. And last one, coming back to center. So then we're going to move around the back to the kidneys. So we know our kidneys are somewhere around here. And our kidneys play a huge role in removing the toxins from our body. And when we're feeling stressed and we're feeling overwhelmed, we create a lot of cortisol and adrenaline. And the kidney has to work overtime then to release all of that. So what we're going to do is just bring the fists around And just massaging the back, the lower back where the kidneys are, round and round. Feeling the heat from the palm of your hands. Using your breath again, taking a deep breath in. Exhaling through the mouth. And coming back to center. So the last exercise we're going to do is a grounding exercise. So a great one to do first thing in the morning. So you're starting at the top of the hips and you're tapping the legs all the way down. So bringing a bend in the knees and all the way back up and coming all the way back down again and back up. So this helps to bring our focus down into the lower part of the body and also helps to wake up the circulation in the legs. And then finishing out again, just shaking out the shoulders, the elbows and the hands and coming back to center. So we're just closing the eyes after doing that exercise and sensing into your body. How are you feeling? Where do you feel those sensations? And just taking a scan from the feet, the knees, the hips, up through the torso, the shoulders and the head. And just feeling into the flow of energy in your body. And we'll take a deep breath in together. And a double exhale. And again, breathing in. And exhaling. And last one, drawing up that strength from the earth. Exhaling. So that's the end of that routine, and it's a great one to do first thing in the morning, get the energy flowing and start feeling good. So what have we learned today for this session? So I want to just do a little roundup for you. So a little recap on what we can do to support ourselves, our mental health and our well-being. So the first and the most important thing is to use the support and the love of the people around you. I think that's the key thing. And then secondly is how can we use these tools that we've covered today in our everyday life. So I know, say for farming, you'll have very routine things that you do every day. And one of those might be feeding the cattle, it might be bringing the cattle in from the fields, it might be walking the fields, it might be feeding the sheep. So when you're doing those activities, it's a great way to adapt them and bringing in the techniques that we've done. So it might be that as you're walking the field, you're doing some nice stretches up and out. Or it might be that as you're feeding the cattle, you decide, okay, I'm going to use the first 10 minutes of this to do pursed lip breathing. So again, pursed lip breathing is breathing in, holding the breath for a moment, and exhaling through pursed lips. So just slowing down the exhalation, bringing the body back into that place of calm. And the more that we practice these, the more the body recognizes the signs and the quicker and the more impactful they are for us. Especially when life gets tricky, you know, when we get ourselves into a position where we might be feeling overwhelmed, we might have a sense of anxiety, maybe even panic attacks or a feeling of depression. And to me, these have become natural responses to life. And to me, well-being is not about making sure that we never feel these things. It's about cultivating and gathering the right tools, the supports and the right people around us, so that when that period of maybe rough weather comes in on us, that we're able to reach out and that we're able to support ourselves. AgMentalHealth are a great network that you can reach out to and get support. And just as I say that, the sun is coming in through the window, and not to isolate yourself or withdraw yourself if you're having any of these feelings. It's perfectly natural for us to feel overwhelmed and challenged. And most important is to reach out and to ask for help.